One theory makes you larger, and one people makes you small.
Your Health Matters with Karl Sterling on News Radio 570 WSYR on 106.9 FM and live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
Bubble, I down a bubble down. I just think just good as well with you.
What the hell?
Bring you the latest in health and wellness so you can get to the other things that matter. Here is your host, Karl Sterling.
All right. Second hour coming up. As always, it's great to be here. I'm thrilled to be your host. Elizabeth, that was pretty interesting, huh?
Yes, it was.
Whoa.
I like him. He's a very nice person.
You know, he is what I'd call a gentleman. He's a true gentleman. And you've met him.
I've met him many times.
You know, just he listens. He's just a great person and a great physician. Well, as you know, this is a longevity-focused show. Our goal is to bring you education to help you live a longer, healthier life. We want you to feel better, live better, move better. We bring on experts. They may be world-renowned, and they may not be. But it doesn't matter. We're going to bring you top-shelf, top-notch experts. We do happen to have some world-renowned guests coming on soon, and I'll tell you about them in a moment. I also want to thank you again for the very positive feedback we've been getting. If you ever, if there's somebody you want to hear or a subject you'd like to learn about, you can call me, text me. Texting is better. I'll just let you know that. 315-935-7488. Or go to karlsterling.com, Karl with a K, and send me a note from there. Text me from there or, call or email. But upcoming guests we have next week. So now, some of you may be familiar with this lady. Her name is Dr. Sherry Vincek. Oh, man, we're going to have a ball. I was communicating with her last night. She's excited to join us. We saw her last month. She was in town visiting. Mm-hmm. Oh, hi, Judy. If you're listening, hi, Judy. That's her mom. I love Judy. Judy's amazing. I haven't seen her in a long time. I hope to see her soon. But Sherry's going to come on and talk about, all kinds of things, the hormones and this and that and longevity. And I'm going to tell you folks, you do not want to miss Dr. Sherry Vincek. If you go to karlsterling.com and go to scratch that. Go to karlsterling.net. That's Karl with a K. That goes direct to a YouTube playlist of 250 plus interviews that I've done, including all the radio shows. Down a few, because it was about a year ago, I interviewed Sherry. You might want to check that out first. Look for Dr. Sherry Vincek. It's 2 hours, and it's just packed with great information. So she is going to be next week. 2 weeks from now, we have Dr. Steven Sidoroff coming on. Dr. Sidoroff, I already interviewed for my Nashville show, and that aired. They loved it. He'll be on to talk about the 9 Pillars of Resilience, which is a book that he put out that I absolutely love. 3 weeks from today, we have Dr. Sean O'Mara coming on. O'Mara. I'm sorry if I said it wrong, Dr. O'Mara. He's going to talk about getting rid of the visceral fat and the love handles. I'm going to tell you, I stumbled upon him a little while back, and now I'm hooked. He's been on some of the biggest shows. He is about my age, I think. But anyways, the thing is he was heavy, and he's a physician. He's an emergency room trained physician, right? Well, he gave that up to go into more of advising on longevity. So visceral fat is that, there's a lot of confusion on this. Visceral fat is the fat you don't see. It's deep inside of you, around your organs, your heart, and all these vital organs, and it's the bad fat, the heart attack fat. That's what we refer to it as. He's going to tell us, share with us how to manage that, because there are a lot of side effects, and they're bad ones, of having high levels of visceral fat. Now, with that said, we measure all these things, in my clinic, and we'll be getting to that soon. And then we have Gary Rhodes coming on. He is just, you don't want to miss Gary Rhodes. We'll be talking about biodensity, building, that's a machine that we have that nobody else has in the area. And people are actually building bone density and muscle mass He's the global development director for the company. He's a good friend. Guess what? On Tuesday morning this week, I'm going to pre-record with Dr. Michael Greger. Holy guacamole. I can't believe it because I've been literally 7 years. I've been trying to get this guy to talk with me. We'll pre-record. Don't know when it's going to air, but it will. He is the author of best-selling books, including How Not to Die, How Not to Diet, and How Not to Age. I can't wait. We got Dr. Molly Maloof coming. She's a partner in investing and advising on the Levels Committee with Dr. Casey Means. There's Dr. Terry Walls coming on again in October from the Walls Protocol. We also have, I'm just telling you one more, Dr. Thomas Seyfried from Boston College to talk about cancer as a metabolic disease. That one is a game changer. So we also have a website. It's called karlsterling.com, Karl with a K. We have mailing lists. You can sign up for staying up to date on a lot of different things that we offer, we do, including links to the latest radio show episodes, interviews. We also have a daily text. You can sign up for the daily text messaging with little longevity nuggets, I call them. Now I get to the part where I talk about what the heck do we do at neuromotor training?
A lot.
Yeah, we do a ton of stuff.
We do.
I'm going to ask you this question again, and my son is where this came from. When he and I were interviewing Dr. Casey Means, he made a comment. How would you behave if you could feel? He didn't say it verbatim like this, but basically, if you could feel cell by cell dying or changing or mutating into cancer, dying off, if you could feel your negative health, let's say if you're getting, your health is diminishing, what would you do? How would you behave? Because I bet you anything, all of us would, I'm among these people, I would behave different if I could feel that.
So would I.
Yeah. I think we need to think of it as, let's say well, I'm having tongue-tied problems today, and I was so ready for being in the studio again. I know what I mean to say. My mind is all over the place, though. We need to act like we feel it. We just need to get on this thing and realize that I don't want to wake up 10, 20 years from now, 5 years from now, 2 years from now, and all of a sudden I can't go up a stairway anymore. This happens. All of a sudden you just can't do it. You can't get up out of the chair. We also have this thing called aging, right? Well, what about all of us, oh my gosh, those of us who are diseasing instead? That comes from Sean O'Mara. I didn't make that one up. I don't make up anything, really.
I do like that, though. If you really think about it, I'd rather age than disease.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to be diseasing.
No, I don't want to be diseasing either.
Sometimes people are afraid of the scans, maybe a total body MRI, which he'll talk about in 3 weeks. It'll tell us a lot about ourselves. Insurance going to cover it? Of course not. It doesn't do that. But if you can afford to invest in that, or even a simple body composition like we do in my clinic for very, very inexpensive, and it won't even take 10 minutes and you're out the door with a full explanation of your body composition. Don't be afraid of it. Lean into it. Get yourself measured. You need to know. You do need to know. I know my visceral fat's a little high right now. It's 2 points higher than it should be. And you know why? It's really stressful the past few months.
I'm sorry.
No, it's all just part of the growth of the business mostly. But imagine feeling disease coming on every day or every moment. How would you behave? What decisions would you make? How would you start? Would you start eating better? Would you start moving and exercising more? Well, I'm not going to say who, but there's a certain person who would say, probably not.
Okay.
Well, he's upstairs from us.
Oh, okay.
You'd rather have a pill. I was talking with Dr. Berry the other night. Dr. Berry, if you're listening, I mean this with love and respect. You're my brother from another mother. But I agree with you. Would you start moving and exercising? Probably not. Give me a pill. It's just It's just so sad, and it's just too bad. Knowing what you know, why wouldn't you make the effort to live longer and healthier? Whose burden do you want to be? Do you want to be a burden? Do you want to be a responsibility? We're here to help you take your health and longevity to the next level. That's what we do. When you come to us, you will learn details about yourself you never knew that you could know. Because we have so many things we can assess and measure and then design a program for you. Time for the first break of the second hour here. So we're going to come back and get into things we measure at neuromotor training, and then what we do to guide you towards improving that set of data that you get. We'll be back in a couple of minutes, folks, with more of Your Health Matters. Okay, friends, without the show, we wouldn't be able to do a show. Whoa, Carl, come on, focus. Without sponsors, we would not be able to do the show. I want to talk about Dr. Lewis Daily Brain Care. By the way, on Wednesday, I'm pre-recording with Dr. Lewis, so that'll air sometime next month. Yep. He's going to talk about brain care, brain health, brain longevity, brain functionality, keeping those brain cells healthy, active, strong, structurally strong, functionally strong. So if you're looking to boost your brain power and enhance your overall health, I recommend trying the Dr. Lewis Daily Brain Care. I've been taking it for almost a year now. I took mine this morning because I wanted to make sure. I probably should have taken a higher dose.
I was just thinking that.
Yeah, really. Breakthrough supplement is designed to support cognitive function and much more. It's available in a powdered form or capsules. I did powder for almost a year, and I just switched to capsules. It just works better for me. And it's not just an ordinary supplement. It's a potent blend of 6 functional foods featuring the highest bioavailable polysaccharides from Bialo, which is a unique rice blend packed with essential phytonutrients. Phytonutrients are so important. Another thing we'll learn in upcoming shows for various experts. So, is doctor formulated, is backed by decades of research. This is helping people to support brain health, improve memory, improve reaction time, improve cognition, and also improve sleep and overall well-being, right? So I urge you to go to karlsterling.com. Go to the sponsors tab. Dr. Lewis Brain Care is right near the top. Click on it, learn about it, and then try it out. I can't say enough about it. And I'll tell you, when I don't take it, I notice. Although if you listen to me, you wouldn't think I took it today, but I did. We also have something that's a staple in our clinic. It's called Play On Relief Pain Spray. Right? This is a great product. We introduced it maybe 6 months ago. It's a spray that you just spray it on. You don't rub it in. It relieves pain so quickly. It's 100% organic. There's no pharma. There are no chemicals, no drugs. There's 100% natural ingredients that cannot hurt you. They cannot interfere with any medications that you're taking. It will help you. We have this in my clinic now. We have lots of it. You can buy bottles from me. It's $25 for a bottle. It'll probably last you several weeks. It lasts quite a long time because you don't need much. It goes a long ways. All right? And I highly recommend trying that out. If you're having pain, this is going to last, I'd say, at least 2 times longer, but probably 3-4 times longer than things like Voltaren and Blue Emu and a bunch of other stuff out there. There's nothing wrong with those. It's going to last longer. All organic. It has camphor, menthol, and arnica. So, if you want to check it out, go to karlsterling.com, go to the sponsors page. That's Karl with a K. So let's get back to things we measure in the clinic. You were talking on the break about the body composition. Yeah, it's pretty easy, right?
It's very easy. And it's private. We do not announce it to anybody else in the clinic when you walk in.
Yeah, we stopped doing that a long time ago.
We did. It's takes about less than a half a minute.
You're on the machine for maybe 20 seconds. Okay. Bare feet, hold on with your hands. These metal receptors through bioimpedance. And, we did do a test against that thing at SU. And actually, SU ended up buying a bunch of these after I worked there. Well, when I worked there, they ended up buying a few of them, right? So anyways, not that I'm special. I just knew I needed to measure data, because if we don't measure things, how are we going to measure progress? If we don't get your baseline measurements, what does it go through again?
It goes through your weight, your total muscle mass in pounds, segmental muscle mass, total body fat, segmental body fat, your BMI, and your bone mineral density score. It also takes hydration level, your visceral fat score, which we just talked about, and your metabolic age.
Yeah, and the segmental stuff is broken into right arm, right leg, and trunk for muscle mass in pounds and percentage of fat. Visceral fat's a real important one. Yeah. We've had people come in who have fairly high visceral fat. It could be dangerous if they didn't work on it. The good news is we can help you to diminish that fat. And that's just an individualized program to help you to improve all the numbers. Now, maybe not every number needs improving, right? But for those that do need improving, or maybe you just want to improve them, even though maybe they're already perfectly fine, we have a plan to get you there. We also have some other real cool stuff. The KinVent is a great set of, let's say, equipment. There's several pieces to it. We can measure your center of gravity. You stand on the force plates, and then we can tell, do you lean more to the left or to the right? You're going to feel like you're standing perfectly even and natural, probably. But most people aren't. In fact, I've never had one person come in exactly 50-50. I had a 49.9 and a 50.1 on one person. Was it you?
No, it wasn't me.
Okay. It definitely wasn't me. We also know if you're leaning forward or backward with your center of gravity, right? Well, this is a big deal. We want to have a good center of gravity. There are a lot of things that contribute to center of gravity being off. So we help you with that. But anyways, we have a standing, basically that is a standing weight disbursement. And we see how it changes from having your eyes open during it to close your eyes for 10 seconds. By the way, there are safety rails right there. So if you get dizzy with your eyes closed, well, you're not going to fall because we won't let you. We can measure your chest strength, your grip strength. Grip strength and longevity go together. If you have very weak grip, there's a good chance you won't live as well. Your health span won't be as long as you want it to be. And if you have good grip strength, your health span will be longer within your lifespan. And we can do a lot with testing joint ranges of motion, chest press max strength, leg press max strength. Oh, I'm getting into biodensity now. Sorry. We can measure and train chest press max strength force output, leg press for legs and hips and glutes, core pull for abdominal, and vertical lift to load the legs and the hips and spine. This mechanical action of max force production, which you will do. You won't even believe how much you can lift or push because it's an isometric thing. This causes the increase of trabecular soft bone tissue. Thank you. And what's the hard bone? I forgot. Cortical bone, yeah. Well, this is why we have people coming in with better DEXA scans, because their bone density improved and they gain muscle mass. So if you're interested in improving your bone density, you got to go to karlsterling.com. There's no CPT code for this. You have to take control. You have to invest in yourself if you can. And we understand that might be hard for some people sometimes with money and whatever, but let's go into VO2 testing. I want to talk about this. We offer VO2 Max and Submax testing and resting metabolic testing. Dr. Peter Attia is somebody who many of you follow. He's a physician focused on longevity and health optimizations. He emphasizes how important VO2 max testing is for several reasons, particularly in the context of longevity and overall health. Right? So your VO2 max, or your maximum oxygen uptake, or your body's use of oxygen while moving, is a measure, it's a predictor of longevity. Okay? It's an indicator of your current state of health, and you cannot get this data in any other way. You can't test blood, urine, or saliva and get this information. You will only get it through breath analysis. And like you said many times, that should be a standard measurement.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and it's not. Sadly, most doctors don't even know about it, and if they do, they don't know the benefits of it, let's say. Oh, doctor, well, I shouldn't say it on the air. Well, maybe we had a guest today who did the VO2 stuff a while back. Of course, he kicked butt, right?
Yes, he did.
I shouldn't say that. But anyways, we've had doctors come in and do this, and they see the benefits. They're like, okay, and they start sending people to us to have these tests done. So it's going to be an indicator of your cardiovascular health and your metabolic health. What did we just talk about the first hour?
Metabolic health.
Metabolic health. It's an actionable metric for your fitness and what to do to fine-tune where you should be spending your time with your exercise. How much resistance training each week? How much zone 2 heart rate, that's like brisk walking, and how much sprinting type of things. It doesn't have to be out sprinting with zone 5. Because if you don't measure this now, you actually can't know. You might be doing things that aren't really, you're not dispersing your time optimally to get the best results. And the only way you're going to design this is to do these tests. Okay, not just the max test or sub-max test where you're moving, but the resting tests too. So this just supports your functional capacity. It's a marker for aerobic capacity and efficiency, and it can give an early warning for, let's say, lots of different health issues. We'll talk more about it when we get back. We have to go to the bottom of the hour break now. We have a lot more to share. Go to karlsterling.com. That's Karl with a K. Check us out. Text me, email me, give a call. Elizabeth and I will be back for more of Your Health Matters right after this short break. Okay, we are back. We're going to continue discussing this metabolic testing, if you will. Well, what we got on the moving test? I wrote some notes.
Moving test?
Yeah.
Okay.
And technically, when you say VO2 max, just so people know, the old school VO2 max, you get a hose coming off a mask on your face. And yes, you have to wear a mask for this, but there's no hose coming off of your face. It just goes to a little thing that you wear on your back with your biking, rowing, or running on a treadmill, or walking fast or something. It's technically a sub-max test because the equipment from Pinoy is so epically cool. AI and the humans over there who are in Greece, they're out of Athens, they can predict your max score through sub-max. So you don't have to go so hard that you collapse. Just want to tell people that. So what we got for notes on the max test?
The VO2 max test measures and gives detailed, personalized recommendations for exercise, nutrition, and lifestyle interventions. You have a choice of an assault bike, treadmill, stationary bike, or rowing machine.
Yeah.
It measures the metrics of aerobic capacity, cardiovascular fitness, fat burning efficiency, metabolic rate, recovery capacity, breathing and cognition, breathing and stability. There are 4 levels that you can choose from to do your VO2 max. You can do beginner, easy, medium, and difficult. Participants will test at an appropriate level of intensity on their chosen mobility. The test begins with 3 minutes of low-level warm-up, beginning at minute 3 and every 60 seconds until failure. The exercise intensity will ramp up in specific increments of speed or wattage output. The next one is very important. You must fast for 3 hours prior to testing. No food or stimulants 3 hours prior. However, hydrate well. It is okay to drink water right up until test time.
Right. So one thing I need to take out of that is we don't have an assault bike.
I know. I was going to say that, but I was going to wait.
Yeah. I'm looking at getting one, but we don't have it yet. But you can still use stationary bike, treadmill, or the rowing machine. So that test is measuring your body's use of oxygen while moving. Okay. It's also going to give you a biological age.
Yes, it does.
Like, how's your body functioning? So I'm 63, but I think I was 54 biologically. Yeah, and you were really young.
No, I wasn't.
Well,
not much longer.
Well, you're so young.
I'm 57. I think I measured out at 46, my last one.
That's what I'm talking about. Young. So, all right. Yeah, you can't have coffee or stimulants 3 hours prior because it does mess it up. I actually ate one day and purposely took the resting test immediately after.
I remember you doing
My
that.
scores were horrible. And the reason is because your body's digesting food, so it's using a lot of energy for that and is drawing blood flow and oxygen to different areas, and so it's not going to give you accurate data. Let's see. I seem to have lost my notes. But I want to talk the resting metabolic analysis. Now, people do both tests. We're not going to have you come in and do one or the other. Here's why. My moving tests are typically not nearly as good as my resting, and none of them were bad. But I'll tell you, on my birthday, 3 months ago, June 5th, I did them both again. My moving test was the best it's ever been, with all metrics in the green, or dark green, which is even better. But darn it, my resting test put me at a high metabolic risk. Now, am I happy? No. But I know it was very stressful. There's some travel I had done. I had another trip to Mexico coming up, and I love going, but it was stressful thinking about preparation and business and the growth of a business, for which I'm truly grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But I am working on this so that my resting test improves, because I need my body to function well while I'm not moving, because that's like way more time than when I'm moving, So it's very important to do both tests. The resting test is used by major sports teams, Olympic athletes, and universities who are researching programs they're figuring out lots of oxygen uses and carbon dioxide clearance at rest. And they're also doing it during exercise. So we need to measure our body's use of oxygen at rest. The resting test is going to reveal your resting metabolic rate, your fat burn efficiency at rest, your metabolic fitness level, your heart fitness, your lung health, your ability to think at rest, breathing and cognition, and, of course, you're going to be seated, so your seated posture. All right. We cue you on these things, though, to help you get better scores without cheating. So all this stuff allows you and your metabolic expert, or maybe your advisor, maybe it's us, maybe it's somebody else, or your medical professional, to determine your ability to burn carbohydrates and fat for fuel. All right. And how to exercise, where to spend your time exercising so that you can prove all these numbers. Did I say prove? I meant improve all the numbers. Again, you would go 3 hours fasting, no stimulants, no food for 3 hours prior. I would just say the cost is $350. It includes both tests, a one-on-one consult, which is probably the best thing you're ever going to do to really, really learn with our expert, Petros is his name, at Pinoy, and a customized 90-day nutrition plan based on your exact data from both tests and your eating preferences. Or maybe you have a food allergy, so you can't have nuts or shellfish like me. Or maybe you skip breakfast like I tend to do. You can put that in, and they'll do meal plan for you. Hey, we got to talk about Power Plate.
Oh, yeah.
And we need to welcome then Power Plate. Technically, I think it's Performance Health Systems is a new sponsor of this show. That company is the owner, I guess, if you will, or PowerPlate and Biodensity are subsidiaries of that company. Thank you, PowerPlate, Biodensity, Performance Health Systems, for being a sponsor. We greatly appreciate it, but we really love your products.
We do.
Why do we love them?
Because they work.
Just
and they're
threw you
fun.
right on the spot here.
No, I like them because they're fun and they work. It's very interesting, the technology and what you get out of it. I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
I keep threatening to steal one of the power plates, but,
Well, now we have 5 you can steal, okay? We can. We used to have 1. Then we had
can't
3.
get 4 of the 5. So.
Now we have 4. Yeah, the smallest one, the PowerPlate Move. If you're looking to buy one for home, that's the best bang for your buck. It's just amazing. You can come and try it out at our place at Neuromotor Training. But we have other models too, including the Rolls-Royce, the Pro 7 medical device, which is really what we call a Papa Bear. But yeah, I mean, the things we can do, the results we can realize with these is absolutely amazing. And we don't have time to talk about it all now, but I will say that if you're looking for a faster, more effective way to get fit, to build muscle, to recover faster, to feel your best, PowerPlate's going to help you. It's designed to amplify the benefits of traditional exercise by sending vibrations through your body, activating your muscles that you never thought possible. You're going to be engaging up to 95% of your muscle fibers, which is going to make every workout more efficient. With that said, we're going to break. We'll come back to talk more about PowerPlate and how incredible it is. Your Health Matters is what you're listening to now. My name's Karl Sterling. I'm with Elizabeth Brusa. We'll be back after this short break. So let's say you're experiencing muscle tightness, chronic pain, or lack of flexibility, or neuropathy, like maybe neuropathy in your feet, your ankles, your legs, lack of circulation. Well, PowerPlate's going to be something you want to check out. I think one of my favorite things is when people get on it the first time, they always smile. Doesn't mean they always are comfortable, and sometimes they're not, but they get used to it, and then they end up using it a whole lot. So the reason we have 5 machines now is because one machine wasn't enough. I mean, that's the most popular machine in the whole place. That is the go-to device. Well, now we have 5. So, muscle tightness, relaxing, pain. We use it for a lot of things. So you don't have to be a pro athlete to use this, folks. Although Mark Wahlberg has PowerPlate, he's been using it for years. He's not an athlete, but the guy's buffed and fit, right? And there are numerous other. I'm pretty sure one of the Williams, the tennis players, I don't know if Venus, maybe. Yeah, I think it might have been her. Well, you can go to the PowerPlate site and check it out, but they have a lot of celebrities who use it, but pro sports teams using them, right? It's going to help you to build muscle, get more flexible, diminish pain, and improve circulation of your blood flow. I'm taking away some of the things that you're going to talk about, but it's like one of the best things we have. So what are some other benefits we can realize?
I can attest to this because when I'm too tired in the morning, I step on this thing and it wakes up my brain and my nervous system. It also improves my posture, and it will improve yours. It decreases neuropathy. It improves gait. It amplifies muscle mass and strength. It increases bone density, increases joint stability and spinal stability. It clears out the lungs, and it diminishes pain. And it improves flexibility and range of motion.
Yeah, remember when we had Dr. Perry Nicholson on, he's talking about lymphatic fluid flow. This gets that lymph system moving. So if somebody has edema, well, we have a couple people with legs, and then between that and the compression sleeves we have, which are, like really high grade, they walk out with less swollen legs. So, as the advertisement would say, why wait? Experience the future of fitness and recovery today with PowerPlate. Come visit our clinic. Try it for yourself. KarlSterling.com. Karl with a K. Text me, email me, call me. We also do, we can do a gait assessment. We can learn about your stride symmetry, your step symmetry, your stride and step length. Because, if you're walking asymmetrical, you're going to pay consequences if you're not already between maybe ankle, knee, hip, back pain. So you don't want that, and we can help you balance that out. We have a lot of standard movement assessments we do, cognition and memory assessments we do. We work a lot with people with cognition and memory rehabilitation, those living with dementia, Alzheimer's. We have a lot of people come in with that. We work on, and we can assess fine motor skills and develop them. So I repeat myself, and I ask you to imagine the feeling of disease coming on every day, maybe even every moment. How would you behave, and what decisions would you make? Would you start eating better? Would you start moving and exercising more? Or would you rather have a pill? Knowing what you know, are you willing to take that effort, make that effort to live longer and healthier? I say it often. It bothers me to say it. Whose burden do you want to be? Do you want to be a responsibility? I do not. I choose to eat well. Yep, I had potato chips yesterday and the day before, but not a ton of them. But I could eat less of those. Yes, I know. All the rest of what I ate was good, though. So for some folks, money is really tight. We know how this can be. I definitely know how that can be.
So do I.
For others, they have plenty of money. Plenty to invest in their health, movement, and longevity. You have to think maybe where do you see yourself in a year, 5 years, 10 years? Or can you look back and say, how am I now compared to 1 year, 5 years, 10 years ago? How's your movement? How's your cognition? How's your memory? Your insurance is tied to your illness. Dr. Berry said it first. There are not CP codes to make you live longer in the arena that I work in. I'm not a doctor. This means that if you see the value, and if you come in, I can promise you, anyone who's ever been in, they're going to tell you, we are not salespeople. The programs will sell themselves. The equipment will sell itself. Okay? We don't sell you. You're going to walk in. We're going to welcome you. You're going to get a little tour, an explanation. Yes, you need an appointment. But you'll either see the value or you won't. And if you don't, then we haven't done our job. Well, that would be me. I haven't done my job. But you're going to get personalized guidance from us because we really do care. Because it ain't about me. It's about we. And when you're with us going through a program, you get an education because our goal is to turn you loose. You should not need us forever. Okay? So you need to invest in you. You need to invest in you, whether it's just on your own or you get somebody to help you or you go somewhere else. You come see us. Yeah, we're welcome. You can come see us. We want you to. That's why we're here. But maybe you already know somebody. Call them. Get help from them. We're getting close to the end, folks. You have anything you want to share?
Well, my thing is, people invest in massages. They'll invest in getting their nails done and manicures and pedicures. And those are all great and fine. Those are relaxing. I like to do them once in a while. But, if you invest in your health more, learning how to move and learning how to think better, your life will improve even better than just getting a massage every month.
Well said. I appreciate that a lot. We had a guy come in. You weren't there that day. It was a Saturday morning many months ago. 6 weeks of physical therapy. He still couldn't get up off the floor. They said, no, insurance won't let us do that. We can't show you that yet. We have to work on this joint, that joint, this joint, that joint. 10 minutes with me. He's getting up off the floor. 10 minutes. Things they're not getting better out there right now. They're getting worse. Okay, or are they? What did Dr. Casey Means said? Big food makes you sick. We live more sedentary. Big Pharma manages your illness. Both of them make millions of dollars from you. You need to step up. It's time for you to step up. You got to take control. I don't mean to say that disparagingly, like disrespectfully. We need to take control. I had to take control. I was so heavy years ago, I couldn't believe it. But we're here for you. We'll help you design a plan. We'll help you just reassess, fine-tune your program, live longer, live better, feel better. We'll be back next week with Dr. Sherry Vinsek. Elizabeth, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, everybody, for listening. This is 570 WSYR. You're listening to Your Health Matters. We'll see you next week. Thank you.
The proceeding was a paid program by Karl Sterling. The content of this show is that of Karl Sterling and does not represent the views of the station or iHeartMedia. Some of the information contained in this program has not been approved by the FDA, nor is it intended to diagnose, prevent, treat, or cure any diseases. Information has been for general information only, and before considering anything discussed, you should contact your doctor or primary care physician.